Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lizzie and I'm a makeup artist based in Nairobi, Kenya. If you're stopping by for the first time, you're welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. So in today's video, I'll be telling you the difference between setting your under eye and baking your under eye, and I'll be showing you, of course. So if that sounds like something that will interest you, then keep watching. So basically, before we dive into the practical aspects, I would just like to tell you some facts, some things about setting and baking your face. So setting is placing a little bit of powder, pressing it in underneath your eyes to control your concealer, right? While baking is putting excess powder underneath your eyes to bake. And the reason is to control oil and brighten your under eye. Especially it controls oil, especially if you're an oily skin girl. So now let's get to it. As you can see, I just blend in my concealer. I have not set, neither have I baked the face, so I'm going to do that now for you to see. So I'll be using the Merak setting powder in curry to set my under eye, and I'm also going to be using the same setting powder to bake my face. On days that I want a natural soft glam, I use the same setting powder that is closer to my shade. Like using the Merak setting powder, I already placed it on my powder puff. I love to use this powder puff because it's so precise, and you see me tapping off excess powder on my powder puff. And before going back to set my under eye, I'm going to take my beauty blender and make sure to take off all the creases that might have formed in the process of me waiting and all of that. So I'm going to take this now. Tap, tap, tap. You see how I tap? You tap and you spread. I didn't go into one spot and start. You understand? I tap in, then spread it up, and then I went back to and tap. Because if you go into just one spot and you're pressing it in one spot, it's going to form, like, it's going to be cakey, and we don't want that, right? So you can always go back if you feel like you do not have enough powder on that. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So this process is called setting. That I basically just set in my concealer with my setting powder and my powder puff. And do not forget, you can also use your pressed powder for this process, depending on what you like. Just do what works for you. I love to use my pressed powder. I love to use my setting powder. You can use your pressed powder for this process. Just know that when you are baking, you use your setting powder. So it's that simple. So once I'm done setting my highlighted areas, I'm going to powder my whole face, do my contour and everything before coming back to bake. So let's go. So now I'm going to show you how to get a flawless bake without it looking cakey. I'm using the same setting powder I used to set my under eyes, which is the Merak setting powder in curry, to bake. So baking is just basically packing powders underneath your eyes to take off excess oil and to set. Did I just say to set? To take off excess oil and then to bake. This can also help to sculpt the face because just helps to brighten the under eye. You can also sculpt your nose while baking, like this. It's just basically you sculpting your face. This is how you bake. This also helps when you're doing an eye look that has like a shimmery or any type of eye look. It helps to catch fallout. That's if you do your skin work before doing your eyes, you understand? So all the excess product that is falling off while you're doing your eyes is coming on top of that setting powder, so you can easily dust off while you're done doing the eyes. So let's go. Once you're done doing that, you take your powder brush, the one you used to contour your face, just to take off all harsh lines, because you don't want harsh lines forming on your face, because if this forms, even after you're taking off the excess powder, you're still going to form. So you want to take off all the excess powder, excess harsh lines that might have formed in the process. So what you do is just that you dust off the edge, and everything is sharp. Allow this to sit on my face for 2 to 3 minutes, 5 minutes at times, depending on how long your eyeshadow work is going to take. Or better still, if you have dry skin, I would advise that you allow your setting powder to not stay longer than 2 minutes on your face, because it soaks up excess oil and then your face is not producing as much oil because you have dry skin, right? So you have to know how to work your way through your makeup to get the perfect finish, because we do not want the under eye cakey, and these are the things that cause the under eye to look cakey and patchy at times when you bake. So now that I'm done doing my eyes, I'm going to, oh my god, I'm going to press in excess powder on my under eyes because I do not have any fallout on my eyeshadow. So, but in case you have fallout on your eyeshadow, what you do is you take your smaller brush and then you dust off. Do not sweep off all the powder on your face, alright? So you dust off all the fallout and then you press in the excess powder you still have on your skin. This brightens your skin and it gives it coverage. So that's basically why you're doing that. Do not sweep off the excess powder you have underneath your eyes. Before finishing all of this, you go in with your pressed powder. If you want, I love to use brighter pressed powder underneath my eyes after pushing in my setting powder. I recently just discovered that that's really a game changer for me. So if you don't be like me, but don't overdo. That's one thing about makeup. Do not overdo. Alright, so this is what we have. I'm going to diffuse the lash line by using that same brush tool. And that's it. Like that. And then go back and powder. Use the powder for my little face. After that, I'm going to set my face to take off all the powder underneath my eyes. Allow that to dry. You can see my under eye looks bright, but it's not ashy, it's not cakey, it's giving what it's supposed to give. So this is how to get a flawlessly done under eye. No cakiness, no ash lines. It's just perfectly set and big. And if this video was helpful, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.